let's get started on these keto tortillas. You will need some plastic food wrap, baking powder, some salt, an egg, a food processor or blender, almond flour. I use this one. I get it at Aldi. And those are the macros. And xantham gum. I've also got some water. I will not be using that whole thing. Let's get started. Okay, so now we are going to do 1 cup of almond flour. That is a half a cup right there, and I'm going to do it twice. I recently just broke my measuring cup. I have by now bought myself a new set, so look out for those in my next video. But there we go. We've got 1 cup of almond flour. And now I'm going to do half a teaspoon of baking powder. And of course, I did break my half a teaspoon. So I'm going to use the 1/4 teaspoon and put the baking powder in twice. Now I'm going to put some salt. And crack my egg. It is that simple. This is such an amazing, delicious, simple recipe that I got from my best friend. So it is not my recipe, but it is amazing. Now I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of water. And yes, that is my tablespoon. And 1 tablespoon of xantham gum. I do dry my tablespoon because it hardens and gets very jelly-like if I were to keep it on. So now I am going to start my blender, and I'm just going to tap it so that it mixes. Now, right there, I don't know why the yolk didn't really mix well, but I'm just going to keep doing that until it's mixed well. And there it is. That's all it is. Just a few pulses, and you've got yourself some dough. So now we have to spread out some clear wrap, and I'm going to put the dough in there and wrap it up, and then I am going to knead it, roll it around just to kind of mix in the baking powder and xantham gum and make sure it's in there all evenly, because I will let this sit for a few minutes. So just roll it around, knead it, whatever you gotta do, just to kind of mix it up. And that's all it is. Make yourself a little ball and put it off to the side. So I decided to make 3 batches, which each batch should make about 5 tortillas. So I am going to make 14, 15 keto tortillas. So I'm making 3 batches. Okay, so now for us to roll it out and make the tortillas, you need some parchment paper, a rolling pin, some oil. I use avocado oil. It's my favorite. I use a napkin. You need a bowl and a knife. And you need your little balls of dough. Lay out some parchment paper. And then get out another piece for the top. The dough is really sticky, so trust me, you will want to put it in between 2 pieces of parchment paper. I also cut up some parchment paper and put it off to the side so that I could layer my tortillas. So now that that's done, I'm going to get my dough out and I'm going to separate it. I usually do like 3 balls and then just roll them out. And of course, you cut out the excess. So at the end, you will be able to make another tortilla out of that. So just separate them. Here, I don't know why I did 4. I made them like really small. I guess you should be making it into 4, but I like doing it in 3 because I have more dough. I don't like run out. I can just cut it off and make another one, if that makes sense. So just flatten it a little, put your parchment paper on top, and just start rolling out so you have like a nice round-ish shape. Now, don't make it too skinny or leave it too thick. I usually try to get it so it's kind of medium. So this first one came out pretty thick for me, which in the end resulted in running out for a 5th tortilla. But once you do this a few times, you will have it down and you'll know exactly how much to roll it out. And I've already done this a few times, but hey, we're only human, right? And they're not all gonna come out perfect, but they are still going to be delicious. So I put some avocado oil on the rim of my bowl just so that the dough doesn't stick. And then I took my knife and I cut around the bowl. And the tortilla just should pop out. Got stuck there for a second. And there it is. It looks thin, but trust me, it is not. So put it off to the side and on with the next one. So here are my tortillas. Some of them are thin and some of them are thick, but it is okay because they are still going to be delicious. The ones that look kind of like off shape are, of course, the last tortilla. I wasn't going to make a perfect circle and waste some of it, so it just looks funky. Now I'm going to get my pan ready. My heat is at about a medium high, and do not grease your pan. This is just a nonstick pan. Do not grease it or put anything on there. You just throw the tortilla right on there, and it is going to start kind of changing like a color to like a lighter color. I do like to keep it on there a little, and I start seeing like kind of like brown, like it's kind of getting some color, and that's usually when I flip it. And there you have it. Super quick, super easy, and so delicious.